Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at more bizarre house rules at someone else's home. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. The most bizarre house rule that I've encountered was at my friend's place, where they had a strict policy of no talking during dinner. Not because of any traditional reason, but because their elderly grandmother believed that a mischievous spirit living in the dining room would learn secrets and cause chaos. Oh, what? That's crazy. So they weren't allowed to talk because the grandmother believed that there was like a ghost lingering around, eavesdropping on them. Dude, that must be so sad for her. Imagine living like that, believing that. So every single time you talk to someone, you can't really say your true thoughts because you think the ghost is gonna like listen to you and stuff. Like, the grandmother basically believed that there was like a gossip demon. I cannot sit on the couch at my dad's house if his wife is home because she will feel invaded. She has to have the whole couch to herself. So I get to sit in a dining room table chair. I can't believe the dad would let that happen though. Like, what are you teaching your kids? That's stupid. Playing beer pong at this one couple's house, and the rule was if the ball hit the floor and the cat got to it first, everyone had to finish their drinks. Cat was wicked fast too. Yeah, that sounds like a fun drinking game. If we slammed the door as kids, my dad made us kiss the door to make it feel better. This is valid. This is actually pretty valid, exactly. So they don't hurt anything. Alright? Don't hurt anything. Once stayed at a relative's place where they had a strict no radio waves after dark rule. Post sunset, Wi-Fi was shut down, phones were powered off, and even the microwave was a no-go zone. They believed that radio waves interfered with sweet dreams. The first night I was there, I felt like a time travel to a pre-internet era. What the frick? Post sunset. So like, what do you do? Like, what if it's like 7 p.m. only? So what do? You just sit around? Kitchen hours. I stayed at a friend's house when I was younger. Nobody told me the entire family has breakfast at 7 a.m. So I slept in. Nobody woke me up either. I wake up around 9 a.m. and see my friend is gone. I wander into the kitchen and see them all sitting around the table laughing and eating a huge breakfast. Pancakes, eggs, bacon, toast, orange juice, fruit, etc. My friend's mum looks at me and goes, "Hey, look who's finally awake. The kitchen is closed, but there's cereal in the pantry if you want to serve yourself." So I poured myself a bowl of cereal and went to sit down at the table. And the second I sat down, they all stood up and left the kitchen, even my friend. To this day, I don't understand why they did that to me. The kitchen is closed, but they're just all sitting, laughing, and eating a feast. I don't get it. I would not go back there ever again. Screw that friend. And it's even messed up that the friend didn't even explain to them about the rules first. How dare they? When I was a child, my mum had a friend who would watch me for an entire weekend, or a week during the summer. She had a daughter that was a year younger than me. She was an absolute clean freak. I liked her because she would take me places, but she had a lot of rules. Couldn't wear shoes in her house. Okay, not all that weird, but she would take shoes to the basement utility sink and scrub the bottom of her shoes. Can't have your pants too long because they might drag on her floor and get dirt on her floor. So I had to roll up my pants. Can't touch the walls because the dirt from your fingers might get on her white walls. If it was nice outside, you're eating outside because your crumbs might get on the floor. She was also an English teacher. Even at 6 years old, I couldn't say yeah, you say yes. Only ignorant people say yeah. Can't say I'm gonna take off my shoes. Only rockets take off. You remove your shoes. Couldn't say I'm done. According to her, only turkeys are done. You are finished. Oh my gosh. I would have ran away at the age of 5. You ain't seeing me ever again. Every single time my mum would drop me off there, I would freaking hold on to the car for dear life because oh hell no, not at this lady's place again. This crazy lady. When I was around 8, I went to a friend's house for a play date or dinner after school. When I asked for a drink, her mum gave me a baby bottle with squash in it. I laughed and she didn't laugh back. My friend took her own bottle and started drinking. I asked the mum if I could please have a cup instead, but she told me nope and that children drink from bottles in their house. Never went there again. Ew! That sounds kind of nasty though, because what the frick, like, no thanks. That's so messed up. So like, what, the kids are gonna drink from a baby bottle till when? Till like the age of 12 or something? In high school, I had a friend whose dad was in the military. Not only did he make us do house chores, dusting, vacuuming, dishes when visiting and sleeping over, but he also woke us up at 6 a.m. by banging pots and pans to make us run around the neighborhood. He called it morning boot camp. Needless to say, I only slept over there a few times. I felt so bad for her. That's messed up. Oh my goodness. Imagine having a dad in the military and this is how he acts. So like, you don't even actually have like a real childhood with your dad. It's just training every day and chores every day. Oh man. When I was a kid, my friend's dad made his kids line up on the couch and just sit there silently while he watched TV and drank a beer. If you were visiting, you had to do it too. When my mom heard about it, I wasn't allowed to go over there when he was home. My mom knew an abusive weirdo's behavior when she saw it. So the kids just have to line up. While he sat down and enjoyed his time there while the kids are just lining up. Frick, that's crazy. When I was like 14, my friend was having a Halloween party. I had my period, so I went to the bathroom to change my pad. I wrapped up my old pad in some toilet paper and threw it away. The next day at school, my friend said her mum was going through the trash. I guess this was something her mum did, and she found the wrapped up bloody pad and was angry about it. My friend, who was also another girl, got in trouble for it because her mum thought it was hers. This was 15 years ago and I'm still so freaking confused about it. Like, yes, the pad's supposed to go in the bin. What the hell? I mean, at least she's not flushing it down the toilet. You know what I mean? And obviously they're not going to freaking hold on to the pad and then, chuck it out when they actually go outside. If there's a bin there, it should be there for a reason. If the lights were on, you got yelled at for them being on and wasting energy. If the lights were off, you got yelled at for being in the dark. Imagine living in this kind of household. Oh hell no. Must be up by 9 a.m. and fully clothed. No pajamas or sweats, etc. Even if it was the weekend and even if you had no plans to go anywhere or do anything, you would just wake up and just sit there. Some people are crazy, seriously. So even if they're just going to stay home the whole day, they have to get changed into like outside clothes. Yeah, the house must be dirty as. I went to see a college friend over the summer and stayed the night. Her parents went home when I got there, and we went into their living room to talk. There were 4 recliners, no couch or other chairs. She sat in one recliner and I sat in another. She asked, "What are you doing?" and informed me I was sitting in her dad's chair. The remaining chairs belonged to her mum and brother. Where was I supposed to sit? On the floor. That's so weird. They all have like designated chairs. Oh, dude, it must be so hard living in this kind of household because everything is just like, well, this is yours, so you can't use mine. And this is mine, so you can't ever touch it. Like, you have your own. I don't care if you lost it. Imagine living in that kind of household. Oh my goodness. I had a friend when I was a kid, and sometimes I would go to his house. The kids couldn't eat at the table at the same time as the adults. We had to wait for them to finish and leave the table. And we couldn't talk at all at the table. Always found it to be weird. Always felt a creepy vibe in that family, even though I was a kid. Yeah. Definitely weird. That just sounds like an abusive household, because why would you not want to talk to your kids when you're eating dinner? Like, dinner's supposed to be like a social time. You're supposed to get to know about your kids' days and everything. Did you hear that this happened on the news today kind of thing? Because seriously, you would want to talk to your kids and get to know their opinions on things. Like, why would you not want to talk to your kids and just not know your kids at all? Not know how they think. Not know their personality. Went to a friend's house for a sleepover when I was about 7. The rule was no talking at the dinner table. The dad was in the other room watching TV while myself, friend, his sister and mother were supposed to just eat in silence, and the whole vibe was like, don't anger daddy. Oh, that's scary. So what happens if you anger daddy? Does he like whoop you into hell? I had a job that involves going to people's homes. I had an inspection once at a house where the homeowners insisted that I put on this light blue bathrobe over my clothes and white slippers to enter their home. The husband, wife, and adult daughter who lived with them were all wearing the same blue bathrobes. This was the US Midwest, just a typical American Midwestern family, so it wasn't even like a culture thing that I was unaware of. I still wonder to this day if they were messing with me. Yo, like, cause they're afraid, dirt and dust's gonna go anywhere. You couldn't ask for or get a drink halfway through a meal. You either had to ask for or get one before you were served, or wait until you were done. I could never understand it. Wow. So what happens if you like get thirsty in the middle of the meal? What happens if you're like partially choking in the middle of the meal? No, you can't get a drink. No. They're not allowed to drink because they didn't get one before. No. Guess you're choking. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.